He that lives forever has created all things in general. The Lord only is righteous, and there is none other but he, who governs the world with the palm of his hand, and all things obey his will. For he is the King of all, by his power dividing holy things among them profane. To whom has he given power to declare his works? And who will find out his noble acts? Who will number the strength of his majesty? And who will also tell out his mercies? As for the wondrous works of the Lord, there may nothing be taken from them, neither may anything be put to them, neither can the ground of them be found out. When a man has done, then he begins, and when he leaves off, then he will be doubtful. What is man, and who does he serve? What is his good, and what is his evil? The number of a man's days at the most are 100 years. As a drop of water to the sea, and a gravel stone in comparison of the sand, so are 1,000 years to the days of eternity. Therefore is God patient with them, and pours forth his mercy upon them. He saw and perceived their end to be evil. Therefore he multiplied his compassion. The mercy of man is toward his neighbor, but the mercy of the Lord is upon all flesh. He reproves, and nurtures, and teaches, and brings again, as a shepherd his flock. He has mercy on them that receive discipline, and that diligently seek after his judgments. My son, blemish not your good deeds, neither use uncomfortable words when you give anything. Will not the dew assuage the heat? So is a word better than a gift. Is not a word better than a gift? But both are with a gracious man. A fool will upbraid churlishly, and a gift of the envious consumes the eyes. Learn before you speak, and take care of your health, or ever be sick. Before judgment, examine yourself, and in the day of visitation you will find mercy. Humble yourself before you be sick, and in the time of sins show repentance. Let nothing hinder you to pay your vow in due time, and to defer not until death to be justified. Before you pray, prepare yourself, and be not as one that tempts the Lord. Think upon the wrath that will be at the end, in the time of vengeance, when he will turn away his face. When you have enough, remember the time of hunger, and when you are rich, think upon poverty and need. From the morning until the evening the time is changed, and all things are soon done before the Lord. A wise man will fear in everything, and in the day of sinning he will beware of offense, but a fool will not observe time. Every man of understanding knows wisdom, and will praise to him that found her. They that were of understanding in sayings became also wise themselves, and poured forth exquisite parables. Go not after your lusts, but refrain yourself from your appetites. If you give your soul to the desires that please her, she will make you a laughingstock to your enemies that malign you. Take not pleasure in much good cheer, neither be tied to the expense thereof. Be not made a beggar by banqueting upon borrowing, when you have nothing in your purse, for you will lie in wait for your own life, and be talked on. A laboring man that is given to drunkenness will not be rich, and he that contemns small things will fall little and little. Wine and women will make men of understanding to fall away, and he that cleaves to harlots will become impudent. Moths and worms will have him to heritage, and a bold man will be taken away. He that is hasty to give credit is light-minded, and he that sins will offend against his own soul. Whoso takes pleasure in wickedness will be condemned, but he that resists pleasures crowns his life. He that can rule his tongue will live without strife, and he that hates babbling will have less evil. Rehearse not to another that which is told to you, and you will fare never the worse. Whether it be to friend or foe, talk not of other men's lives, and if you can without offense, reveal them not. For he heard and observed you, and when time comes he will hate you. If you have heard a word, let it die with you, and be bold, it will not burst you. A fool travails with a word, as a woman in labor of a child. As an arrow that sticks in a man's thigh, so is a word within a fool's belly. Admonish a friend. It may be he has not done it, and if he have done it, that he do it no more. Admonish your friend. It may be he has not said it, and if he have, that he speak it not again. Admonish a friend, for many times it is a slander, and believe not every tale. There is one that slips in his speech, but not from his heart, and who is he that is not offended with his tongue? Admonish your neighbor before you threaten him, and not being angry. Give place to the law of the Most High. The fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtains his love. The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life, and they that do things that please him will receive the fruit of the tree of immortality. The fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and in all wisdom is the performance of the law, and the knowledge of his omnipotency. If a servant say to his master, I will not do as it pleases you, though afterward he do it, he angers him that nourishes him. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence. There is a wickedness, and the same an abomination, and there is a fool wanting in wisdom. He that has small understanding and fears God is better than one that has much wisdom and transgresses the law of the Most High. There is an exquisite subtlety, and the same is unjust, and there is one that turns aside to make judgment appear, and there is a wise man that justifies in judgment. There is a wicked man that hangs down his head sadly, but inwardly he is full of deceit, casting down his countenance, and making as if he heard not. Where he is not known, he will do you a mischief before you be aware. And if for want of power he be hindered from sinning, yet when he finds opportunity, he will do evil. A man may be known by his look, and one that has understanding by his countenance, when you meet him. A man's attire, and excessive laughter, and gait show what he is.